What was it like being Harry Gant's teammate?
Oh my Lord, Harry Gant. God Almighty, we got to do a show, Charlie, just an hour-long show on Harry Gantisms, Harry Gant stories, because I could go on and on and on. Harry, Harry, I tell people all the time, Harry got more out of what he has to use in his brain. In other words, however smart he is, or whatever his intellect is, it's at 100%. Right? He gets he. There's no lazy parts in Harry Gant's brain. Right? And absolutely, one of the funniest guys you ever met in your life. And you don't even, he'll be telling you a story, and everybody's on the ground laughing, and he's sitting there like, what? Why y'all laughing? Right? It's just it's just very unassuming type guy, very humble. Right? Drive the crap out of a race car. His what was his famous saying? I can't remember. Three things you had to be. There's three things in life you had to be success, and I can't remember. It was a '57 Chevrolet, Elvis Presley something, Harley Davidson motorcycle, '57 Chevrolet, and something else. I forget what it was. If you had those three things in life, you were successful. But he loved Elvis. He loved Elvis. I think that's why Harry combed that hair back the way he did. His hair was always like Elvis's hair, right? But this golly, so many stories with him. But Harry wrecked out here on 81 where I live a few years ago. He and Tilly was the famous guy doing Tilly Harley Davidson that everybody that buys their Harleys from. Tilly, we lost him a couple of years ago, but Harry was riding with Tilly and a bunch of bikes going up 81, and he wrecked the thing just a mile from my shop. The rescue squad had brought him to the hospital here, drove right by my office here to the hospital. He was in the hospital overnight, and he was back home the next day before I knew he'd even wrecked. Right? And I called him. I said, "Man, Harry, what's somebody let me know? Well, where are you?" I said, "You went right by me." He said, "Oh, I was right there at Rick Massville, right?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "So," but it was to answer your question, John. Harry would help me in anything I asked him about. Right? He would. We would. Harry wasn't really into the chassis that much, right? Like I was to some of the guys. He just knew if the thing felt right. He knew if the car felt right, and if it did, he could drive the crap out of it. But he was great with me with Skull. The Skull people loved Harry, right? They just did. I loved Harry, and we never had one crossword, one anything, nothing. And a lot of times, the time I would spend with Harry would be talking about his cattle, right, or building fence, or working on his house, or just all that kind of stuff. It would kind of veer away from racing and into personal stuff, and cherished memories that I was very very fortunate and blessed to have Harry as my teammate.
Very cool. That's awesome.